Okay, so we've been talking a lot about what you guys have done now with Visual Components, but if you look towards the future and you think Etteplan as a company, the business you're doing or the business you may be doing in the future, how you see the need for visual components and the use of visual components evolving or growing in the company? What kind of ideas come to mind?
I do see that it will grow. The benefits are clear, and now we've been using it mainly in Finland and partly in Sweden. But I do see that we will start using it more in Finland in automation, more in Sweden in automation projects, in Netherlands in automation projects, and it could be used in R&D projects as well. So any kind of automation, mechanical interaction can be simulated through using visual components, and benefits are you can speed up the process, you can reduce the risks and so forth. So I do see that it will increase.
Yeah,
and it has already increased.
Yeah, and how if you are thinking from your perspective, how do you see it? How do you see it maybe evolving, and maybe also what kind of wishes do you have? Maybe you can both answer, but maybe you have what kind of wishes or expectations you have towards visual components. Are we missing something? Is there something you would like to see? Something that we should do better than we do now? Or
I think in most our cases, because we are providing solutions for plenty of different customers, they are using different tools. So it comes to a fact that everybody else is also improving their tools. So maybe in future it could be, or it will be, so that we have to take more and more inputs and put them to the visual model and see that as a factor, so that these are easy to implement.
Okay.
So it goes so that maybe there should be more and more standardized APIs or not limits, but functionalities that give us more freedom or availability of choosing the tools that we need.
Okay.
In common with visual components.
Yeah.
So that's something that we've already seen, that we are using the tools that our customers require us to use. So we have to implement those in together with visual components.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be more and more in the future. So we have more and more tools that we need to implement.
Do you mean more like, let's say, because there is already open interfaces like the Python API, .NET API, but do you mean more like this kind of protocols and plugins for PLC and robot connectivity? Or
yeah, this is coming from an automation engineer perspective. So it's more and more those that you have a standardized.
So let's say OPC UA, or having the Beckhoff TwinCAT ADS or Siemens or Simit. Kind of
those, because those guys are all improving their tools.
Yeah.
And what are they doing? Is it OPC UA in the future? That's nice because it's common.
Yeah.
Everybody uses that, but how will it be in the future?
Yeah.
What everybody will be using.
Okay. So that we would kind of stay on the edge.
That's always
on the top of the riding the wave.
Keep going as you are. So.
Okay, that's good to hear, and we'll keep that in mind. If you either think from the, I don't know, maybe from a business perspective, what do you want? What do you expect? Do you see a trend or trends in the business where you think we haven't yet looked enough, or where we should look more into?
Nothing comes to my mind right now. You had just mentioned technical stuff quite a lot, interfaces, OPC UIs and stuff like that. So I see that anything that helps us to make more efficient virtual commissioning testing, those are very important, because I do see that very important, and digitalization is growing.
Yeah.
Also, we would like to have in the future, when we are looking for real digital twins, that we can have data from the actual system which is existing in some factory floor, and take that data, analyze that data, and bring that data back to the system, back to the visual components model, and then run optimization and changes against that data and see what if I do this, does this give me the right result?
Okay.
So this is very important. So
Okay.
and analytics like that are very important.
Okay.
So
This is maybe something even recreating scenarios from maintenance point of view, or
and predicting.
Yeah.
Predicting is very important. If we can somehow increase the predicting of some failures or some known errors, that would be very beneficial.
And I believe in the case of, I think it's actually a good point, because that's, if you think about the simulation part, I mean, predicting or not maybe even, I mean, predicting failures, but to understand how to cope with the failures.
Yeah.
So failures will happen, and there are either planned or unplanned production disturbances.
Yep.
And especially the unplanned, they are very nasty. And then what do you do? How does the system behave? Can you buffer things? Can you reroute certain things? Do you have a plan B or a plan C, a contingency plan? What do you do when the brown thing hits the fan? So these kind of things, I think, at least me, I used to be a layout engineer with simulation before, and these kind of things were the kind of essential things that you don't get that with Excel. In Excel, everything is beautiful. So here you can make things go bad. And I think that's
one way to simulate things, make errors, make things go bad, and see the results. How your system is recovering, how fast it's recovering.
Yeah. Good, but I think that's about it. It's been a really nice day here, and thank you for all the kind of, how to say, discussion, all the nice descriptions you've given us, the kind of insight from the, because we see it from the kind of developing company's point of view, and we try to guess what people would like to see. It's always nice to hear when you tell us what you've been doing, how maybe your customers have been benefiting and you've been benefiting from the solutions that we develop. So it gives us the kind of understanding and how to say, the power to again continue this with the passion and drive us forward, drive you forward, and drive your customers forward. So thank you, Iiro, thank you, Juha, very much, and that's about it.
Yeah,
thank you.
It was a pleasure.